Hey Patrick, nice to see you. How are you?
Thanks, Thomas. I'm doing really well. How are you?
Oh, I am good. I'm good. It's happy. I'm really happy to talk to you after a long time. There are not so many people like me and you who join from Zebra and staying in Extreme and doing still the same business. And
Yeah,
yeah, and I would like to use really this opportunity to go a little back and look ahead as well. Mainly from our Zebra or ex-Zebra partners perspective, customers as well. We are still in touch with many of them, I guess you as
mhm.
well in your territory.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And what I found when I look on calendar, I found that time is flying so quickly. Yeah?
I
So
know. I know.
it's almost 4 years. So
Almost 4 years. Yeah, it's unbelievable how
yeah,
quick the time goes. Yeah,
yeah. And now both of us extreme, but keeping still Zebra, Motorola somewhere.
the stripes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, purple stripes on top of us. But
Yes.
as you are in touch with many customers, partners as well, what do you see different for them comparing like 3, 4 years ago when they work with Zebra and when we move from Zebra Wireless to Extreme Wireless and current offer?
Yeah. So a lot of things have happened, obviously, in the last couple of years. And when I look back, I still think that the acquisition of the Zebra Wing portfolio really came at the right time. Because if I look at our customers and how they look at, our solutions, they are really looking for a complete end-to-end networking solution rather than going to different vendors for wireless, for wired networking, for security, and so
Yeah.
forth. And I think, that by itself has been a tremendous opportunity. So now we can really, provide a complete end-to-end, wall-to-wall solution, not just focusing on the wireless, which of course is still very important, but now being able to offer everything, and also together under one management platform, which I guess we will talk about later. But I think that's, for me, the main advantage is that we can now provide that complete solution for customers.
Yeah, if I remember when I will look back, so any Zebra customer or any Zebra partner was really happy with Wing technology because it was technology which you install and it was almost forgotten.
Yeah, set and forget.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why you think uh, why this was?
Well, I think there are a couple of reasons. First of all, the wing technology was really designed with retail and transportation logistics in mind, meaning that mobility always comes first. And in order to support mobility, you need to have, things like proper roaming, handover
Yeah,
between access points, how you deal with, the small battery inside those barcode scanners. So offering things like, power safe mechanisms. So Wing has always been very strong in that area, but also from an architectural point of view. Wing is, it's based on a distributed control management
yeah,
plane, which makes it very easy for retailers to implement and manage, so many different locations from a central data center or central headquarter. I think those are the two main things, and of course the other reason, obviously, and I think you already alluded to it a little bit, is it's set and forget. It's, you know, it really works, and it works in the toughest environments. And I think that that's also what our customers really love about Wing. It's so reliable, so stable, and in every condition.
yeah, and software or virtual controller VX9000. It was key driver as well. Yeah. And but
Absolutely.
now we are coming with cloud technology 11AX, like continuity, next generation of wireless, we can say.
Yeah.
And what I see from my perspective, it's definitely nice message for all these Zebra customers, Zebra partners. How you see this continuity comparing Wing?
Yeah, so I was really excited to learn that Wing was really the first, Extreme Technologies, Extreme portfolio that was integrated into Extreme Cloud IQ. So I think that's really great for our Wing customers that they have a migration path towards cloud where
Yeah.
they can continue with their Wing controller-based architecture, but then having it managed or monitored from a cloud instance. So you can still have all the richness, the features of the cloud, but have that in combination with your existing Wing installation. The other thing I think, which is a great opportunity also for Wing customers, is that our cloud solution is not just wireless. It's wired,
Yeah.
it's routing, so SD-WAN is also integrated into that. So it's really complete end-to-end management platform. And I think that's also something that our customers were more or less looking for, something which makes their IT lives a little bit easier. Some central place where you can monitor, manage, secure your end-to-end network.
And this switching part was all time some, we can say, weakness in offer coming from Zebra Motorola in past, because we were addressing just only wireless Wi-Fi part, but
Yeah.
switching part was missing, and now is everything available. So why do you think that customers should now look in the cloud direction? What will be the main driver for them to go for cloud now?
Yeah, so there are many advantages of cloud. Let me just touch on a few of them. First of all, I think cloud really helps IT organizations to be more agile, have a more flexible IT infrastructure. It makes their lives easier because they don't need to manage their own controller or their own on-site server. So it's much more easy to manage in that respect. But also the richness of features, on an ongoing basis, and being able to leverage new technologies such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, those kind of buzzwords that you hear a lot about these days. But those things can really be
Mhm.
meaningful to retailers in order to better provide a better customer experience to their end customers, provide a better secured network, provide better mobility. So I think that those are just a few examples. The other thing that I touched on, of course, is being able to manage everything end to end. I think, again, to the existing Wing customers, I think that's also a great advantage.
Yeah, and what I see from my perspective, talking to the partners, I guess you will agree that many Zebra partners were not networking expert, we can say, on this way. Yeah, because for them, networking was like extended business for their software applications and focusing on special retail, transport, logistic solutions as well. But we provided some special tools for them in past, like Wing Express, special setup. We provided Insight, which helps them as well. What I see from my perspective, coming with cloud now, we are coming with some simplification again for them. How do you see this?
Yeah, absolutely. So our cloud dashboard has really been designed to make it as easy as possible for everybody who works with the system. Um, it has very intuitive dashboards, not just for the IT people or for our partners who are doing the configuration, but also for other stakeholders within the retail company. For example, we do now have this retail dashboard where you can not just look at the technical, the IT information, but we also have, some very meaningful business metrics. So, for example,
Yeah.
we're able to show how many customers are in store, how much time they are spending, perhaps in a particular area of the store, new customers versus repeated customers. So I think that also helps in terms of making things easier and more simple to use. So I definitely agree that this is great news for our partners. They don't really have to be an expert per se on every detail of our portfolio. So for example, if they want to set up a store network with wireless, wired, maybe even with a branch router, all they need to do is configure one policy. So they can set up everything from one policy. And it's really a step-by-step approach. So again, I think that really helps both our end customers as well as our partners. Yeah.
I was able to do configuration of my cloud at home as well. So it's
Wow.
not, I can say it should be easy for some partners as well. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say, you know, if you can do it, everybody can do it, but I think that's great news. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I would like to add as well as a message for partners, in Xstream, we are coming with a lot of additional tools which can help them as well. We have great online trainings as well. Now we are running special promotion for free technical trainings as well. We have some configuration tools. So we have a lot of additional tools comparing what was in past, which can help them regarding be fully on board for this the latest technology as well.
Yeah, and also don't forget that, you know, many of these partners, they are still highly specialized in mobility. And I think that's also a key asset. So even though they might have an opportunity to learn a little bit more on the pure networking side, I think being able to design a proper RF network, being able to work with, you know, different mobile applications, I think that's also a key asset. And I think that's also why, you know, it's great for us to have these partners in our ecosystem.
And it's coming in my mind as like good point which I would like to address, and I would like to ask you. You are in touch with many international customers coming from retail, transport, logistics as well. If you look, or if you will try to summarize what you see from your perspective based on discussion with them as the main drivers for the IT in these days.
Yeah, so obviously mobility is still one of the key drivers, both for the store employees as well as for the customers.
Mm-hmm.
So people like you and me who are going in, you know, shopping, you know, we have our mobile devices with us, and we like to use that wherever we go to look for information, maybe even compare pricing, of course. But it's becoming a integrated part of our shopping experience. And likewise for the store employees, mobility is also key for them, being able to serve their customers while they are, you know, on the shop floor. So mobility is definitely one of the key applications. The other thing, of course, that you hear a lot about and we're seeing being implemented at the moment are different IoT type applications. Mm-hmm. So think of things like, you know, smart cameras, so IP cameras that are not just looking at the store from maybe from a security or CCTV type application, but maybe are also used for things like analytics to look at, for example, any out of stock situations. So obviously those devices also need connectivity. You also see things like smart shelves and smart labels around the store. Digital signage is also becoming key. Again, an application to optimize the customer experience as part of digital transformation. And one other key trend that I'm seeing right now in retail, coming more from the WAN side, SD-WAN. So maybe 10 years ago, many retailers, they had their own MPLS network where they connected, you know, different branch stores together with the headquarter. But now, you know, as the consumer lines, DSL lines are getting, you know, providing more quality, more speed, more bandwidth, obviously there's an opportunity for retailers to take advantage of that because it's much more cost effective. Now we can also offer SD-WAN where you can hook up, you know, different WAN technologies, maybe DSL, maybe even 4G LTE. And based on the application or maybe based on the type of user, we can say, okay, this has to go with this WAN connection and that application has to go there. And then, you know, being able to connect that over a secure IPsec tunnel to the headquarters. And again, I think that that's something that is an additional opportunity for our partners and customers to look into.
Yeah, you mentioned quite interesting technology, which I really like as well, smart labeling technology. And I know that we are coming with quite unique offer, with quite unique feature set to integrate this technology in our solution as well. Can you share more details about this?
Yeah, of course. So electronic shelf labeling is a technology where you have these digital price tags on the edge of a shelf displaying the price, but also maybe more information about the item which is on the shelf. And it's getting more popular. It's not a completely new technology. It's been around for quite a few years, but we are now seeing more and more retailers also, across the rest of the region, starting pilots, starting implementing electronic shelf labeling, because I think one of the drivers for that is the competition with online retailers who are able to change their pricing maybe by the hour or maybe even by the minute, right? And for a physical store, that's hardly doable because you have to print out these price tags and change those items manually. So we are seeing that now happening, but one of the challenges with ESL is that you need to have an additional infrastructure in your store, meaning cabling, meaning radio transmitters to talk to these ESL labels. So we developed a solution together with 3 of the top ESL vendors, where these ESL vendors developed a USB dongle. So it's really a very small USB device that can plug into our wireless access points. And then that wireless access point becomes also an ESL transmitter or ESL radio. So that means that you can leverage the same infrastructure. You don't need to have separate cabling, extra Ethernet ports, or maybe even to have additional ESL transmitters. Everything works from the same infrastructure. And I think that's a huge benefit, both from the operational perspective, but also, of course, from the the initial cost perspective to deploy that technology. So yeah, we've seen some really good successes around the region, yeah, I'm really optimistic that we will see a lot more opportunities with that technology.
So it's, we can say, additional simplification for our partners, where they can, via one platform, to be integrated for more technology and to be more advisor and specialist for their customers, covering wider application in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like you said, it's another application, it's another opportunity to go talk to your retail accounts about. And yeah, when you are able to, expand your toolbox, I think that's really a good thing.
Yeah, and mainly in last days, we can see a really turbulence approach regarding changing of services and setup with our customers due to coronavirus situation, because they had to change a lot of stuff, including the setup, how they are operating services. Now, shops and public places are going to be more open, but still everyone should consider monitoring, some social distance monitoring as well. And I guess, at least from my perspective, it's coming more and more important to provide some location services as well. So a lot of customers, partners are coming with new offer for special applications, special services focusing on this area. From our perspective, coming with Cloud IQ wireless technology, how you see our offer for such applications?
Yeah, so I think you raised a great point. We definitely see more opportunity and more interest in location-based services within retail, and of course, especially in the current COVID-19 pandemic situation, retailers are looking for better insights to know how many customers, for example, are currently inside the store. So when we have the tools to provide that insight, I think that's for them, it's really valuable. So what we are doing in terms of locationing are a couple of things. First of all, most of our access points, they have location-based sensors integrated, meaning that the Wi-Fi radios can be used for Wi-Fi tracking of any device, any Wi-Fi device that comes into the store, whether it's connected to the store network or not. We can see that device, we can locate that device in and around the store. We also have something called BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy. That's a radio, separate radio built into our access points. Again, another technology that can be used for location-based services. And it's quite popular for applications like wayfinding. So where together with an app on a smartphone, the customer can easily find, the products that they are looking for. And again, especially in these times, it can help, customers to be more quickly to find the products that they're looking for and not stay in the shop, more than is necessary. We talked about our Cloud IQ platform. So within Cloud IQ, we have the tools to identify where customers are located. So you can create zones, and based on those zones, you can see how many customers are in that particular area. And we can also do things like asset tracking, where maybe you don't want to track maybe your customers, but maybe certain assets. And especially that's, for the logistics part, I think quite interesting, where you can locate, where special boxes are located, or, other items that you want to track and need to locate within your facility. So, those are a few things. The other key application that we have is Extreme Location. Mm-hmm. Extreme Location has been around for quite a while. It's been sold as a separate product, but right now we are also going through an integration phase into Cloud IQ, so that again it comes under the same dashboard, it comes under the same platform, in order to make it more easy to operate. I think that's also a great step forward.
Yeah, what I can see as well, this COVID situation speed up and escalated many marketing talks which we have discussed for many years. I remember in Zebra time we were talking with our customers about order and go setup. Yes. And everyone was thinking, oh yeah, it's nice, it's more US related. In Europe, traditional shops will stay, but current situation really speed up. A lot of retailers started to do home deliveries or order and go services, but it's generating a lot of new requests for changing of their logistic, because logistic is key. Absolutely. And they are coming with implementing technology like voice picking solution as well. And of course, it's generating additional requests for changes in the infrastructure. Where you see opportunity in this for our partners for Extreme Technology in this case?
Yeah, so in my mind, it all starts with a proper design. And I think we talked about that earlier, that many of our customers, our partners, they have this long standing experience in working with mobility solutions. So I think that's really key in order to do a proper site survey, do a proper design of the network in order to support those applications. Because I think that's also linked to the fact that what I'm seeing right now is that many of our customers, they are kind of losing those skills, those
focus.
People focus. Yeah, absolutely. So they're really looking, for the partner to provide those capabilities. So I think that's a great opportunity for the partner. Now, for those partners that might still need some help, of course, we can also, from our side, provide that assistance through, for example, our professional services, either remotely, to get partners up to speed, or maybe in certain cases even, at the customer location. And lastly, I think you mentioned training. That's of course still key. Everybody needs to stay current and learning new things. So that's why I think Extreme is very focused on creating new content, new learning materials, and make sure that our partners stay on the right level. And that's why we believe certifications and trainings are really key for them in order to deliver the right service.
And we need to keep in mind we have distributors as well, which are ready to help our partners as well. A lot of distributors are really our value-added distributors, providing some technical services and support for our partners as well. So if I will look back, so we discussed many nice things, and I hope many interesting ideas which our partners will take. But if I will ask you as expert, what will be your recommendation? What should be the next step of our partner? How to turn watching this video in running nice projects?
Yeah, so let me come up with 3 recommendations. First of all, we talked about Extreme Cloud IQ. I think that's a great opportunity for many of the partners, to go to the customer and talk about all these new great things that Extreme Cloud IQ can bring. So get familiar with Cloud IQ, and we do have trainings available. We are running a series of webinars called Wireless Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So I think that's another opportunity. But I would really encourage everyone to install Extreme Cloud IQ, create a user account. You can do that for free, and play around with it. See how it works, get familiarized with it. I think that's really important. The second point is for those partners that are still selling wireless only today, and I know many of the partners are still more or less focused on the WING, the wireless part, which is great. But if you're doing that, I think you're missing out on a big part of the opportunity. So, also look into our wired solutions. And again, it's not, all rocket science. Every access point needs to be plugged in. Well, most access points, at least need to be plugged into a wired Ethernet port for Power over Ethernet. Simple things like setting a VLAN. That's not, overcomplicated. So I think that's another, great opportunity for our partners. But lastly, when you talk about wireless, we now have refreshed our entire, portfolio of wireless, more or less, going from Wi-Fi 5 or 11AC to Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax. And again, I think this is now a great time to go back, talk to your customer. We know that there's still a large install base of legacy equipment going back to not just AC, but maybe even 802.11n, or maybe even older, I don't know. It still happens, right? So I think that's also a great opportunity. Go and refresh the install base. Those would be my 3 recommendations, hopefully to go to reach that number. Yeah.
I guess you did a really nice summary of the next step, how to get from zebra to get running horses.
Yeah,
and win the race.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, Patrick, thank you very much for your time. And let's talk in 4 years and see again what will be changed.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that would be interesting. Thanks, Thomas, for inviting me, and have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.